was able to briefly play Shadow Labyrinth during PAX East 2025, I don't think it was enough to truly understand what this game was actually cooking. I mean, to be honest, I ran up most of my time stuck on a challenging platforming puzzle, but we've moved past that by now. Recently, I was able to spend actually 3 hours with the game to really understand what the year 3333 has to offer. Bandai Namco is calling it a 2D action platformer, and I would have to say that's a decent description of my experience. I wish the Metroidvania maze was actually a genre, but this game has them. Across my 3 hours playing, I was able to explore the land of fugitives, the frontline base, and the Bosconian ruins. The experience kept me cycling through platforming, puzzle solving, and intense combat waves. It's all delivered through a strange and dark interpretation of classic Pac-Man elements, so let's unpack what that is. Shadow Labyrinth takes place after the events of the animated Amazon Prime short Pac-Man Circle, placing players in control of Swordsman number 8, summoned by Puck, who is kind of a stranded soldier turned guardian. Anyway, you're dropped into a hostile world already half destroyed by conflict. Through the scattered NPCs and environmental details, it's clear that something larger is at play here. The lore hints at other Bandai Namco universes, and longtime fans might catch references to Bosconian and Splatterhouse. For now, the mystery surrounding number 8 and Puck is enough to carry interest between fights. Each of the preview's main zones featured a triple branch layout, one route for platforming challenges, one route for puzzle solving, and one for combat trials. You can tackle them in any order, but all 3 must be completed in order to advance. It's a structure that I feel works for this demo's purpose, offering options without overwhelming the player. However, if the entire game sticks to this exact pattern in every area, it does risk feeling formulaic. Some variation or integration between routes would go a long way in maintaining momentum across a larger campaign. True to its inspirations, Shadow Labyrinth is one of the most maze-like platformers in recent history. The map is dense with overlapping paths, hidden passageways, and plenty of dead ends that loop back around with the right upgrade. Getting lost is part of the experience, and the game leans into this by rewarding those who take notes, drop map markers, and revisit old areas. Powers like the Gaia Mech and Mini Puck mode open up new layers of vertical and lateral movement, giving each new zone a sense of evolution as you return with new powers. The Swordsman uses a blend of light melee combos, SP-powered specials, and defensive maneuvers like dodge and parry. Combat quickly becomes about managing the SP meter, which is kinda like a stamina meter, while reading enemy telegraphs. Some enemies may have shields requiring either a well-timed parry or an SP blast to break through them. Bosses take the pressure further by testing your movement and mastery of the entire environment. Gaia mode, which is activated by pushing down both of the analog sticks, offers a brief window of extra power. It's a very strong mechanic, but the limited duration and recharge time means that it should be used wisely. I would also stress that the gauge does not fill up quickly and requires Puck to eat fallen enemies in order to refill. The highlight encounter for me in the demo takes place in the Bosconian ruins, where a Splatterhouse-inspired boss mixes raw aggression with an unpredictable moveset. It was really fun to fight against. It's an endurance test, but also a learning experience for players. Then the Pinky-themed boss fight later on acts as a skill check, as you must utilize everything you've got to get through it. Nothing comes easily in this game, and every section requires some sort of skill-based maneuvering and understanding of the systems in order to progress. What's here is already compelling. The mechanics are tight, the challenge feels rewarding, and the map begs for full exploration. Still, some aspects will need to scale in complexity as the game continues. More dynamic uses of the 3-route structure, additional traversal upgrades, and further boss encounters will likely be necessary to keep the engagement high for all players. The pieces are in the right place for a memorable adventure, and how Bandai Namco builds on these systems will determine how far it can go. There's also room to deepen Puck's character and his relationship with the Swordsman. In the preview, Puck mostly serves as a directive voice, but his backstory hints at more emotional depth. The full game may flesh that out and better integrate his motivations into gameplay choices. Shadow Labyrinth launches on July 18th, 2025 on Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam. Now, enjoy some gameplay.
Voice Pixel.